On TikTok Live the other day, a commenter said that they had been on testosterone for over a year, but that their voice was still cracking. And so together we went through a bunch of exercises. Check it out. Let's hear your question, Captain Entropy. Happy to answer a question. My voice has been dropping, but sometimes it cracks. I've been on T for just over a year now. Do you know what I can do to stop it cracking? Do I need to do something different? That is an excellent question. So it's pretty normal. I mean, it's extremely normal. There's a couple of reasons why this might be happening. And it's related to the fact that your instrument has changed so much, but your brain doesn't have a map of the new instrument. So your brain is following an outdated map and it takes you down a bad path that doesn't really work with what you're working with. And that can cause you to reach for something that you can't achieve in the way that your brain thinks you can. And then it results in a crack. This instrument is new. And so it might just be it just might not be trained to cleanly go through the registers of pitches. And this is something that everybody's voice cracks, just for the record. This is not just a T thing. If you're trying to just speak, your voice can just crack. If you're tired, if you haven't warmed up, that kind of thing. And as you are aware, voice cracking through a testosterone puberty is normal. It happens to everybody, cis, trans, everybody. So how do we get rid of that? Well, one way to start is to start to remap the instrument for your brain. And what this looks like is basically singing through the entire range of your voice. Because the real tricky part about T and this thing in particular is that the registration point between your chest voice and your head voice changes. It goes down. So you're very, if you're speaking, you don't maybe realize that you're modulating between head and chest voice. But if you have a wide dynamic range, you might be oh my God, hey, hi, low. It's normal. You don't have to be singing to jump into head voice and chest voice, depending on how expressive you are. But now your brain doesn't know what notes are above that line and what notes are below that line. And so it's aiming to make certain notes in the wrong way. And then you end up tripping, essentially. So what we want to do is remap the brain so that it knows what notes can be produced in this way and what notes can be produced in that way. Start with flipping between head and chest voice in an ambulance siren way. So that'll be It's not pretty, but it's functional. It's going to help train your brain. How do I go do this flip easy? You might have to do it slower at first. That's fine. You can even do it with a breath in between if that helps. But the notes that you pick are going to be different from the notes that I pick. So you're going to want to pick notes that work for you. Once you can do that pretty easily, that flip, then you're going to start doing those descending glisses. Right into the basement. I mean, I know you've been on T for a year, and that probably feels long, but it's still pretty early, just so you know. So it's okay to still be working this stuff out. Pretty early. So you can do a gliss that's just gestural like I did, just you're not aiming for anything, just but start above that flipping point in the head voice and then bring it down. Yes, so if it becomes easy to do that descending gliss, then you can do a descending octave gliss, right? Or then a descending 2 octave gliss. Try those things and see how it goes. Rob, not me working along with your exercises while listening to you. That's what we're here for. We're here to practice together. That's all good. Thank you. Sounds really helpful. Please do it and then come back and tell us how it went. If you want to get your questions answered directly by me, you can do so in my TikTok lives on Monday afternoons. And I hope this helps.